Every day there is a sunrise and a sunset. 8 billion people experienced it every day. But what makes you different from them? What separates you from life
and death?
What makes you a better person? Do you really feel like you're living your life to the fullest? Sometimes people have doubts and find it hard to find the meaning of life. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it is easy to find the meaning of life. But your greatest and biggest dream may be it. But why aren't you fulfilling it? Why are you constantly waiting for something when you could have gone after your dream a long time ago? In these days, we have so many options that it's hard to choose from it all. But on the other hand, there is an endless potential of possibilities. And in these days, you can come up really anything. Ladies and gentlemen, the following time is an exact example that you can really do anything. My name is Jakub Linhart, and this year I've made a world record for the longest reach distance on an electric scooter through ALPS. I've visited Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria and Germany, and done it all on the electric scooter. Along the way, I've worked with high-prestigious and high-quality Czech companies and brands to make this expedition possible. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your respect by watching this film. In the following time, I will do the best I can to make your time worth it. Thank you, and let's get straight into it.
JL Cinematic Industries, in cooperation with BUSHMAN, ELS-moto, Angry Beards, and B-Sox, present Alpine Mission.
I started my journey at dawn, with my watch showing it was 5:38 a.m. I left Prague and headed west. On the way I passed through Linz, Austria, and continued on to Buchs, Switzerland, where the gateway to the magical world was opening. And finally, I arrived in the small town of Wallenstedt. Upon my arrival, I made my way to one of the most stunning jewels of the Alps, Lake Wallensee. I plunged into its cool waters and let myself drift. I then headed to my accommodation in the picturesque town of Obstalden, and on the way I witnessed the formation of Swiss fighter jets streaking across the sky into the sunset. In the evening, I had some tasty Swiss food and then retired peacefully for the night.
Ooh la la!
The next day, I had 47 kilometers to cover to reach my destination in Liechtenstein. On the horizon was a beautiful transition of the sun from the mountains to the valley. I enjoyed the journey, and it was then that I realized that I wanted to return to Switzerland as soon as possible.
I'm crossing borders from Switzerland to Liechtenstein.
After 3 hours, I crossed the river Rhine, and that brought me to the Liechtenstein territory. I set off very early, but of course there was a very good reason for this, because on the 18th of August at 2 p.m. I had a meeting scheduled with His Serene Highness Prince Alois von Liechtenstein. boy who probably would not have expected a year ago to have risen to such a level that he would be able to communicate with His Serene Highness Prince Alois von Liechtenstein, suddenly appeared in another dimension. Ladies and gentlemen, the following shots are very exclusive, because getting inside the walls of Schloss Vaduz is not easy at all. I had 10 questions prepared for His Serene Highness, but I only put a few of them in the film. The complete interview will be released as a separate video on this channel.
What is the best advice you can give to someone?
I would advise to spend enough time thinking about what is really important for someone's life, and then also start to think with the end of your life in view. You know, given the limited time space one has, what does one want to achieve during one's life, and thinking then, you know, with the end in mind, what is really important, how much time should I spend on what area, and then also, yeah, have, let's say, a kind of a relaxed mindset, then going about doing what one thinks is important, that one can do a lot, you know, but at the end of the day, one can achieve many things only so with luck or help of God, and one should you know, leave also enough room for that, and not be disappointed if something doesn't work right immediately the first time.
Of course, yes, yes. Good, really good advice.
Interacting with the prince was an experience of a lifetime. Prince Alois is a very normal person. He is not pompous or condescending. At heart, he is a very friendly and kind person with his eyes open to the world. After the audience, I needed to digest my emotions, so I drove around Liechtenstein and thought about how beautiful and diverse life is. In the evening, I sat in the main arcade for wine and then went to my accommodation. I spent the third day enjoying the beautiful drive across the Liechtenstein border to the Austrian town of Feldkirch, where the local market was just taking place. So I stopped for a glass of Aperol and enjoyed the peace and beauty of Austria. Then I headed to the town of Bludenz, where I stopped for a swim in a crystal clear alpine lake on the way, and then had lunch in Bludenz. Later I followed the road across the glacier stream to Valls.
Till I'm clean. That I walk where I've been shaded by the trees, by a meadow of green, for about a mile. I'm headed to
The fourth day on the road was the hardest in terms of driving. The road was 40 kilometers and 1,247 meters of climbing. I was a bit afraid of it, and I tried to choose a route that would not delay the traffic, but it did not pay off completely.
So if you think that making a world record is easy, or riding or traveling on an electric scooter is easy, and let me show you this. Yeah, I've made that by foot because it won't make this kind of approach. And it was completely for nothing. So yeah, it's gonna be a long ride today.
So I had to climb 389 meters with my scooter over rocks on foot.
I've been down there and now I'm f***ing up and the view is getting better. Oh my god. Good.
And at the end of the climb, I rested with an espresso and a small beer, then continued my journey to Var. But there were lots of climbs along the way, so I had to stop halfway through the tunnel, which was 8 kilometers long, to cool the engine. I was stood there calmly looking at which way the next part of the road went, and suddenly a police van pulled up next to me.
Hello. Yeah, I'm waiting for the battery to cool down. It has 92 degrees.
I'm not going to lie, I was worried that I was going to get a ticket for driving in the tunnel, for not having my scooter marked with a license plate, and for not having it slowed down to the maximum speed of 25 kilometers per hour, which is allowed in Austria.
I'm going to March. Okay. That's okay.
But you know what? It was a lesson for me. That the police don't always want to take your money, but rather help you.
Thank you. We'll put it there? Okay. Super. Right. Thank you a lot.
It's pretty dangerous here in the tunnel.
Yeah, it is. I'm going from Bludenz today, and the battery, when I go to the hill, it goes really fast out of power, so I needed to stop here. So can I put it there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The state police who were there on a standard patrol offered me a helping hand with an escort to the small town of Lech. Of course, I gladly accepted for the benefit of my safety and no doubt the content of this film as well. On the way, I explained to them that I was trying to set a world record, which they were very interested in. So it was a very pleasant journey.
Yeah, it's just this street, and when there is a street is like this one, it's one up the hill and one is going further, and just take this one and then you see Bart.
Okay, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
It's a simple.
Thank you. Have a nice shift.
Thanks.
From Lech, I enjoyed a party on 2 wheels and luxurious alpine turns into Varge. So after 5 hours, I arrived at a beautiful accommodation called Holzgauer House. There I met the owner Christine, who was very friendly and offered me a free stay. So today I went with the police escort here to Lech, which is 5 kilometers there somewhere. And today I'm sleeping here in Holzgauer House. And yeah, I think that I don't need to talk, let's just look. So here's the shower, here's the main bathroom, private infrared. Here is the bedroom. Oh yeah, very nice one, separate room. Here's the living room with a fabulous view. Look at this, hell yeah. And here is the second room. So huge shout out to the Holzgauer House, it's absolutely perfect here. Christine offered me to lend one of the electric bikes from KTM. Of course, I couldn't refuse that. So I took the bike for big boys and did a 40 kilometers trip to the top of the Wartenhof. Then I enjoyed some relaxation in the beautiful area of the hotel, where I also had a 6-course dinner. In the morning, I went on another bike trip.
Dala by ses něco dobrýho, viď?
And then had a breakfast and headed across the German border to Sonthofen.
Future's something we can barely see. Something missing in the way we feel, and I have noticed in myself that I can't let it go. Wanna make a difference and believe in what we're gonna show. Gotta understand how things could be this way. You make a difference in a different way, and I've been feeling how you show your love for me so easily.
4th country, we're done.
Now I know how we could be forever caught in time. When it comes to loving, we gon' seize the day. Never knew that we could ever be this way, 'cause I've been searching deep within and out of every door.
That day I chose to take things easy and spend the evening in the sauna world. There I reflected on the power of the human mind and how it can move us forward. I kept thinking about how it is possible to master almost anything in life. On the 6th day of my adventure, I continued on to Bad Hindenburg.
Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to Serene, which is called as the New Zealand of Europe. I've just started 5 minutes ago and right now it's totally beautiful. Mountains there, mountains there, And there. And we're going somewhere there. Exciting.
Looking back on all the things we've done, and I have noticed in myself I could change it. Gonna make a difference in believing what we all show. Gotta stand alone and try to lead the way. I make my feelings known in every day, and I've been seeing how you make your peace with them so easily. Now I know the love will be forever caught in time. When it comes to changing, I'm gonna be that one. Don't have regrets for all the things I've done, and I'm believing deep within the core of every soul. Now I know the reason you won't ever let me down, no. To give me something, I can feel it in my soul. When it comes to loving you, I lose my self-control.
The Rucksack is often referred to as the New Zealand of Europe, and I'll let you be the judge as to whether this label is justified. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Adam Christoph for his recommendation. Anyway, this climb was one of the best 3 I have ever experienced. On the 8th day of my journey, I continued from Bad Hindenburg to a picturesque Bavarian town called Füssen, famous for its Neuschwanstein castle. I was often asked how I managed to travel alone. I have to say that I enjoyed this whole trip immensely, but this particular day was a bit disappointing. I felt a bit let down by the German hospitality. The local places were overpriced, and some of the locals were not as accommodating as I was used to from people all over the Alps. On the 8th day, I continued back to Austria, specifically to the small town of Reute, home of the stunning Plansee Lake, often referred to as the Norwegian fjords. Here I picnicked with a prosecco, salmon, and rented a paddleboard to enjoy relaxing on the water. On the 9th day, I was facing the final stretch of my alpine mission. After enjoying the unique view of the Austrian Alps there, I rode the last 14 kilometers to a nearby village called Bichelbach, where I met my dad. On the 10th and 11th day, my dad and I enjoyed climbing the mountains and spending time together. So the whole trip was 521 kilometers long. At the end of this incredible cinematic journey, in which I crisscrossed Switzerland with its magical lake and mountain peaks, passed through Liechtenstein where I even met a prince, and continued through picturesque Austria and historic Germany, I feel a strong pulse of emotion in my heart. My wish is that this film will not only stir our hearts, but also awaken our desire to explore the world, discover new places, and meet inspiring people. Our journeys are made of more than just miles. They are the stories we write every day, and I hope this film was just one of the many chapters of an endless journey. What I'm trying to show you with this is that if I can do it, so you can. And the time to start is rightfully now. Work hard every day like a maniac and don't take no for an answer. If someone laughs at you, don't take it seriously and focus on your dreams. I want to give the world the inspiration to go after what they want and what they enjoy. My name is Jakob Linhart, and this is just the beginning of my journey to the top.
Special thanks to His Serene Highness Prince Alois von and zu Liechtenstein, BUSHMAN, Angry Beards, ELS-moto, Holzgauerhaus, the Linhart family, and all the good souls who supported me.